April 15th, the semifinals of the first Beihai Xinyi Cup World Weiqi Open were held on Weizhou Island, featuring Wang Xinghao playing black and Li Weiqing playing white. Prior to this match, the two had faced off 3 times, with Wang Xinghao winning all 3. Their post-recent encounter was in March 2025 during an internal training match of the Chinese national team, where Wang Xinghao as white defeated Li Weiqing. White opted for a straightforward settlement in the upper right. After black's 19-corner approach, black 23 diagonal move solidified the upper left, followed by white 24-corner enclosure, maintaining simplicity in the right side structure. White's 1-corner enclosure in this direction is more aggressive, but after black 2's extension, black has invasion points like A and B on the right, forcing white to spend additional moves to reinforce, which is inefficient. Since black tanuki on the lower left, white 1 could also attack the 2 stones, and white may dislike black's 2-corner invasion. Prioritizing solid territory, white played the seemingly inefficient but practical 24-corner enclosure. After black's 25th extension, white's 26 steadily expanded. Black 27's nice move, both players' cautions, step-by-step approach in this semifinal, neither willing to make the first aggressive move. Black's framework appeared more imposing, and the challenge for white was how to invade it. White 28's nice move was carefully calculated but proved inefficient black's 29th bump. White should have omitted these 2 exchanges and directly underneath attachment this corner. When white 7 stretches, black has no choice but to block, allowing white comfortably make life in the corner. Black's corner territory was solid, while white's 5 outside stones were slightly weak, causing white's win rate to drop. White 46 nice move further lowered the win rate. AI considered the upper side insignificant, advocating white 1's second line stretch, ignoring the thin stones in the black influence, and instead invading the lower side with white 5, a move only AI could conceive. Black 47's shoulder hit probed the center. If white 1 cross, black 2 jumps, creating a looming curtain from the upper left to the lower right. Wang Xinghao believed white might not respond on the right, suggesting black triangle should directly connect at position 2. Fearing the loss of vital points on the left, white 48 ignored black's shoulder hit and seized the key big point. White 52 invasion of the lower side marked the start of a mutual damage phase. AI deemed the lower side more critical than the flanks, even suggesting white triangle's nice move should have been an invasion there. Black 53's contact play and 55's attachment, white's 1 stretch and black's 2 attachment would have been calm. But in the game, white 56 quick jump thwarted black's plans. White 58's Hana left black's shape awkward. Black 1's wedge secures stability below, while white thickens the outside with the position 6 and 8, encircling the left and weakening black outer partition, causing black's win rate to plummet. Black 59 endured with a nice move, and white 60's outerward solid extension was forceful. White's moves was straightforward, while black struggled. Black's lower side had weakness, but any repair would lack efficiency. If white played A's diagonal move, the floating stones on the right would collide with white 60's threat. Black 61 rooted by forced, and after white 62's waist cut. Black's 4 groups was unsettled, each in danger. Wang Xinghao displayed a reserved yet aggressive style, where Li Weiqing countered with stubborn resistance. Black 69 refused to sacrifice a single stone, appearing passive but aiming to live everywhere, rendering White's territory insufficient. White 70 suffered a central attack, and 78 contact play entangled Black from both sides. Black remained unfazed, calmly responding to each assault. Wang Xinghao, unable to relent, continued the attack, but White 84's stretch was thin. White 1 and 3 capturing the lower side would have been pragmatic, but with Black's weak groups scattered, White found it hard to disengage. White 1's solid connection would have been thick, allowing White to rescue the lower side, but Black's 4th card would still spark a flight. In the game, White 84 pressed on, denying Black counterattack. AI recommended White's 1 oblique invasion, a light harassment. However, after Black connections, White's right side becomes thin. An outcome of White 7's attack is hard for human to judge. Black 85 pushed through counter-attacked, and White 86 Tiger's Mouth intensified the pressure. If Black 1 jumps, White can retreat, and after White's 10th peep, Black A and White B would continue the entanglement, with White's win rate at 84%. Black 87 and 89 cut through the lower side, a stubborn counter-punch that unnerved White. White's 90 Hana and Black's 91 counter Hana left White hesitate to kill outright due to its own weaknesses. Black 93 broke free, and to Wang Xinghao's dismay, Black 96 ignored the center to reinforce the lower right, leaving White without a clear plan to kill the central group. Despite 80% win rate, the outcome was uncertainly by move 96. With no retreat, White 98 and 100 are on attacking Black's 2 dragons, staking everything on the chase. Black 111's diagonal move threatened White's safety, and even after White 102 diagonal move, Black could still make life with Ace Bump. Thus, Black 103 calmly managed the left. White 50's move Onslaught had yielded a little, unclear on the next steps. White 104 shifted right, using a Ko to survive, with Black's dragon as co-threat. Killing one group in 2 moves seemed feasible. However, Wang Xinghao soon realized the Ko unfavorable. It wasn't an all-dominating Ko for Black, and Black had absolute Ko threats like 115 and 119, while White's were scarce. For example, White 1's Ko threat would exhaust vibrations, affecting thickness and giving Black chances to turn. In the game, after deliberation, White 118 opted to pressure Black's center indirectly, ineffectively abandoning the Ko. Black 121 ended the Ko, securing the Right's territory and retaining life below. White's dilemma of killing Black's dragon remained unsolved. White's 1 diagonal move protects its weaknesses. Black has an Sinti Eye off on the left, and creating another on the right is manageable. If Black lives, White gains below would fall short. AI suggested White 1 Tiger's Mouth, subtly aiming to remove Black's eye space with Ace Bump and Beast Descent. Black 2 would break right, and even if White kills the left, Black could create Ko below, leaving White's dragon unsettled. Wang Xinghao deemed this AI move too abstract for human play. After a long think, white 124 attacked the left, hoping to erase black's senti-eye naturally before encircling the center. Li Weiqing saw through this and ignored the left, playing black 125's peep and 127 knight's move to stabilize the center and threaten white. Black's sabaki was agile. White 124's vague threats left Wang Xinghao unsure how to proceed in the open board. White 128 probed black's eye shape, but 129 calmly built eyes. Li Weiqing was crafting a life and death problem. Unprepared and time-pressed, Wang Xinghao blundered with white 134, black 135 diagonal move, and 137 push through secured life effortlessly. Post-game, Wang Xinghao regretted missing white's killing move, which would have made life difficult for black. Without pushing through, black's eye shape would be too cramped. By black 143, white's attack had failed. White 144 block aimed to use hidden senti to entangle black center. Black adapted, sacrificing part of the dragon to survive. Black 147 pushed down encountered white's shape. White 148 to 152 crude moves worsened its position. Black 153 peep and 155 push through and card showcased Li Weiqing's resurgence. White 156 was a reckless gamble. Wang Xinghao, frustrated by the lack of a clear plan, was coerced into continued attack. White 1 descent to capture the lower side was a chance to regroup. The outcome would hinge on who seized the left big point, even if black merely cut 2 stones. Although white A to D cannot disconnect the black dragon. White 5's capture stones on the left side, yielding a 98% win rate. Black 2's dice move is strong. If white 3 connects simply, black 4 recovers, reversing the score of 80% for black. Thus, AI insisted white 3 must hana at A, then black pushed through, then contesting senti around the cutting point at C, leading to complex variations with even odds. In the game, Wang Xinghao, lacking confidence in territory, chose to cut and attack, leading to an inevitable call by black 187. White 176 artillery was lifesaver. Without it, white would lack eyes. White's right side was unexpectedly resilient. When white 180 removed the cone, black's 1's hana and 5's scratch aimed to kill outright. But white 6 block or 7 solid connection would fail. White 6 block is the only move. After black 7's artillery, white 8's descent exploits black's shortage of liberties, preserving the code. The capturing race in Bioyomi was nerve-wracking. With fewer code threats, white was on a losing path. As predicted, white 1's cut above might not be code threat if the right side attack backfired. White's left side gains would pale against the right side losses, leaving white short after black 4 lived below. Desperate, white 192 descent was a costly code threat. Wang Xinghao clung to these few code threats for hope, though black had the upper hand. Missteps could still turn the tide. White 200 clamp was tricky code threat, forcing black to weigh local threats against ace cut. If black carelessly thickened white, ace cut could let white exchange by capturing both black groups. Li Weiqing, under Bayomi pressure, seemed uneasy despite black's 96% win rate. Black 201 handled the ko cautiously, guarding the left card. White missed a ko threat by not playing 225 descent first, a loss Wang Xinghao avoided. Black 209 placement was an unnecessary losing ko threat, as black already led into ko threats. After white 214 removed the ko, black had a chance to change the game. Black's one bend is a clear ko threat, with 5 and 7 leaving white helpless, ending the ko. Instead, black's 215th card in the corner was subtle but less effective, complicating the game. Black 221 returned to the bend, and white 222 connection below exposed black's 215th misordering. Black used 2 ko threats for 1 neutral point. Still, black's ko threat lead kept victory within reach, despite left side losses. But black's margin for error shrunk, and Li Weiqing misjudged again. Black's 227th eye-making ko threat. Wang Xinghao instantly ended the ko with 228. Even after black 220 lie lived, left side losses had reversed the game. Li Weiqing thought black's one push through would sacrifice the lower life, letting white fall kill both groups. In reality, black's one empty connection was the correct ko threat. If black 1 connects, white 2 ends the ko, and black 3 push through and cut kills white. If white 2 blocks, black 7's stretch creates endless ko threats at A and B, leaving white doomed. In this game, black 227 and 229's eye-making was too small. Even for an eye-making ko threat, black should have avoided prior losses like A's placement or C to F. The exchange's score difference was decisive. Post-game, Li Weiqing muttered, "I didn't realize leaving was a ko threat." He assumed white 230's capture and black's lower left were Mia, preventing whites from ending the ko. By move 240, he realized his error and played black 241 all or nothing move, but Wang Xinghao blundered. White 1 capturing below was clearly bigger. Black 4's outward solid extension would leave white with a 97% win rate. In the game, black's lower life gave a 70% win rate. White's misplay cost at least 10 points, squandering the hard-fought reversal. The lower left endgame sparked another seesaw. Black 247's Tiger's Mouth was crude, and white 248 Atari flipped the game again. Black's 1 spend and Atari was superior, maintaining a 2-point lead. With the board nearly settled, white had no chance. After white 248, black's upper territory was smaller, handing whites a 2-point edge. But white 250 blundered, and black's 253 push through made it a half-point game. White 1's block was correct, securing a 2-point lead. With the board solidified, blacks couldn't recover. Aimed Bayomi, both missed these swings. Black 255 and 257's throw-ins and 259's Atari set up a half-point ko. From AI's view, white controlled the corner ko. If white connected the ko at 255 after black 261, white would win by half a point. Wang Xinghao, sensing the closeness, dared not yield. The lower ko was a loose ladder for white. Though lacking ko threats, white 274 could harass black's upper side to create some, emboldening Wang Xinghao to contest the ko. Black's 275 removed the ko, and white 276 Atari was another blunder. It aimed to eliminate black's ko threats but only removed one, while blacks had 3 at 281. White 1 should have removed all 3. Wang Xinghao chose the game move because he misread black's 6 Hana as a ko threat. Post-game analysis showed white 9 ending the ko, and the 70's threat to connect would win the capturing race by 1 liberty. The ko raged on, the outcome uncertain. White 296 throw-in aimed to preserve 302 Atari as a ko threat. White's tenacity exhausted Li Weiqing, who blundered with black 307. Black's 1 push-through was correct, followed by 3's cut to create ko threats. Overwhelming white, even white's a ko threat wouldn't suffice. Black 307 band let white 308 remove the ko, and black 309's cut allowed white to seize 310's vital point, generating 311's ko threat. Black couldn't respond. By white 318, the game was decided. After 363 moves, Wang Xinghao triumphed in a thrilling ko fight, advancing to the finals. White won by 1 and quarter stones.